If you have Apple hardware, we can go in and run optimization frameworks for running update detection and the YOLO models significantly faster. So there's tons of different optimization frameworks out there depending on your hardware. If you want to use CPU, NVIDIA hardware, Apple hardware. So in this video here, we're going to cover CoreML, how we can export Ultralytics YOLO11 models. Could be for post estimation, update detection, instant segmentation, whatever you want to do with the YOLO11 model. You can optimize them with CoreML to run significantly faster on both CPU but also GPU. You can probably get up to 2x inference speed without really losing any accuracy. So let's just jump straight into it. I've opened up the Ultralytics documentation. We have the CoreML inside the integrations. So at the top inside the documentation, we can go to integrations. We have all these different integrations, optimization frameworks, and so on. We have YouTube videos covering most of it, so definitely check those out as well. When you're a computer vision engineer, it's very important to know about how can we actually speed up our models when we want to take them from our Jupyter notebook, from our Google Colab notebook, and get them out there running in the real world, saving cost, but also just squeezing out as much as possible on the hardware, because that can have significant cost decrease, but could also just make your use cases much faster, or you will be able to get more detections as well. So here we have CoreML export for YOLO11 models. The key features here is that we have this ML package. You can convert any model like from PyTorch, TensorRT, libsvm, scikit-learn, and all that can be optimized into an ML package that can run optimized inference on Apple hardware. So you can also read more about it here. This is the key features, like so comprehensive model support, supports all these different frameworks here, on-device machine learning, getting better performance and optimization. It's very easy to use with Ultralytics. It's just a single line and we can export it. Then you can go in, deploy it on Apple hardware, could also be iPhones or whatever. So if you want to build an iPhone app with Ultralytics, update detection model, instant segmentation, and so on, you definitely need CoreML. Here are the different things, how you can run it. I'm going to show you that in a second. So let's just jump straight into my code editor. So if you open up my code editor here, we can pretty much see we have a short script here, around 70 lines of code, where I'm going to show you all of it, and also how we can run our comparisons with CoreML, both before and after we have optimized it into the framework. If you're running GPU, NVIDIA, and so on, you can even get like 3-4 times faster inference speed. You can do quantization. Instead of running floating point 32 bits, you can quantize it down to float 16 bits, int 8, and so on, and then you can run even faster. So you can probably, like with a decent GPU, you can squeeze out like YOLO inference on a single frame in a few milliseconds, like 2, 3, 4 milliseconds inference speed, and you can even optimize it further with batch processing. So you're pretty much just printing out frames if you have it optimized for the correct framework, and then you can apply your business use case on top of. Either you can process more frames or you can go with lower end hardware. So first of all, we just have a utility function for drawing text with background, 4 frames per second, for doing comparisons and all that. OpenCV, we need that. We need to import YOLO from Ultralytics. We import annotator and colors. This is just for visualization and plotting purposes. Then we can scroll a bit further down. Then we have a function for CoreML. So we have our source 0. You can specify video path, a single image, 0 here. It's going to use your webcam, RTPS stream. All of that is supported directly. It's just a single input argument here to the function. Specify the model that we want to run on. You can run update detection, instant segmentation, post estimation, and so on. This is the size of the image we want to do inference with. We have our model, YOLO model. So this is the model path. We can grab the names of our YOLO model. So you can use a pre-trained model. You can also use a custom trained model that you have on your own data set. We have videos covering all of it, so it doesn't even matter if you're looking for how to train the models, how to run inference, deploy them, take some tricks on how to improve the models, use optimized frameworks. All of it is covered here on the Ultralytics YouTube channel. Video capture, source, we just open up our capture with OpenCV. We're going to have a video writer, so we can write out the output results. We're going to have our while loop, just opening up a webcam, loading in 1 frame by frame. We return our frame. We resize our frame to the desired size that we want to put into our model. Then we're going to run predict with our frame. We have our YOLO model, we get our results. We can then pass it into our annotator, extract our bounding boxes and also our classes. depending on what you want to use it for. This could be for custom business logic sitting on top of your detections. Right now, we're just going to have a box label that we're going to use our annotator with. So we have a for loop running through all our boxes and all our classes, zipping them together, and then we can draw our labels. Then we have a FPS calculation. So how many frames per second are we getting? We want to append it to a list so we can calculate the average here. Now we're just going to add some text with the background, 40 frames per second, the processing time it takes. This function here is without using the CoreML. When you run the inference and you run the export, you can just specify directly in the model path. It's automatically going to recognize the format and then run inference with that. So for example, here we have usage. This is if you want to run it with CoreML. This is without. So right now we're just using the standard YOLO11 model. You can specify one here if you want to run it on a webcam. We will do that in a second. So Python, CoreML, that's export, comparison. Let's just run the Python script. This is all you have to do. It will open up here. Let's see 45 frames per second, 20 milliseconds inference. That's probably like closer to 50. So let's just say 50 frames per second without any optimizations. This is still pretty crazy fast, like 50 frames per second. I'm just running this on my MacBook CPU. We're detecting all the people here, horses running around. Like the detections are pretty much perfect. We can't say much about that. The video is done. Let's now go down and try to run it with CoreML. Before we can do that, as we saw inside the documentation, we need to export the model. So the way that we do that, you can use it in Python. We have the code snippet directly from the documentation. You can just grab and use it. Now I'm just going to use this export command. So YOLO export, we specify the model that we want to export and the format. So CoreML. There's tons of different arguments that you can find inside the Ultralytics documentation, depending on the format and framework that you want to optimize it to. So let's just run it here. YOLO export. You can see Apple M4 Max CPU, Torch CPU. It's gonna start just grabbing the model. It's gonna export it into a YOLO11n.ml package. So this ML package was the same we saw inside the documentation. So what we're going to get in our directory is this ML package. We have our data with our weights. So we have weight.bin. This is just the format that CoreML is using. And we have our model.ml model. So now we're ready to run it with CoreML. The only thing that we have to do is just go down here. We have exported it. Now we just need to run it on the same video here. So let's just rerun the script. We don't have to export it. Let's go rerun the script, and now we're going to run it with the faster inference. There we go. Now we can see we get 100 frames per second, 9 milliseconds inference, so around 110 frames per second. This is crazy fast, and remember, this is still only running on a CPU. This can easily run real time on an iPhone, like a newer iPhone, newer Apple hardware, and so on. This is crazy fast performance that we get. If we just switch back to it again, we can just run it like we had 110 frames per second. Here we see we have 40 frames per second, maybe close to 50. 45 is probably good, so that's more than 2x, maybe 2.2x inference speed without losing any accuracy at all, pretty much. If you want to swap it out, I'll have to do it here, one for my webcam. So let's just try with the ML core model. Let's just run this first. It's gonna run my webcam here in front of me. The wrong camera. Let's try 0. I have multiple cameras connected to my system. There we go. Now it's opening up the webcam here. 40 frames per second. We're detecting a person. 43. This is running on a webcam. Let's go down and run it with our CoreML. 40 frames per second. And we need to run it with our webcam. Abort the mission. There we go, 0. Control C to kill it, and we're going to rerun it here. It's loading the ML package for CoreML Inference, and we're running it here, 100 frames per second. This is my phone that it opens up, the webcam on my phone. See all the text that we're getting, 110 frames per second, so very similar performance as we're getting with the video. This is pretty awesome. When you want to run models in production, we need to go in there, export it into an optimized framework running specifically for the hardware that we're going to run it on in production. We can see we get 2x inference speed. Even if you run NVIDIA TensorRT optimization. We can see it in the other videos that we have here on the YouTube channel, so definitely check those out. We can get 2, 3, 4x inference speed increase without really losing performance. Hope you learned a ton this video here. Definitely go and check it out if you have some Apple hardware. If you don't, you have some other hardware that can be optimized with Ultralytics in just a single line of code. Check it out. Check out the other videos that we have on the channel, and then I'll just see you guys in one of the upcoming videos. Until then, happy learning.